nervous here. No.
Yeah, right.
Do you guys want me to just start out and
Yeah,
do you guys just kind of want me to tell you what we're going to be doing on Wednesday?
Yes.
And then if you guys have any questions. Well, we're having our first annual Pink Out game ever this Wednesday when we host Colorado State. Eric has kind of always been ordering the pink uniforms for the past few years, which has been really cool, and the cheerleaders have always had pink pom-poms and that kind of stuff. But this year we just really wanted to turn it into a much bigger thing. And, you know, it's Coaches versus Cancer Week, which, you know, nationwide all the coaches are going to be wearing tennis shoes and pink shoelaces and all that good stuff. But we really wanted to raise some money for the American Cancer Society. So that's what we're going to do. My mom is a breast cancer survivor. She lost both of her parents to cancer. You know, Eric's been affected by cancer. Really, who hasn't been affected by cancer? So it's just something that we're really passionate about. And the most amazing thing happened to me after the game on Saturday. A little boy, 15 years old, came up to me and he said, "Hey, you know, I saw you on TV and I just want to thank you for what you're doing." And I was just shocked because it was a kid, you know, to even be aware. And he then went on to tell me how he was, doctors think that he has cancer and that he was going to find out this week if he had lymphoma. So if something like that doesn't just, you know, touch you in your heart, if you're not already touched personally by cancer, we just want to raise as much money as we can do, as we can. We're going to have a miracle minute at halftime where we're going to put 1 minute on the clock and just ask everyone to reach in. If they have $1, if they have $5, anything helps. And we're also going to have a text to donate number. So we're just excited. I think it's going to be really fun. The entire student section is going to be decked out in pink. We've got great pink uniforms. Coach, you're going to see in a minute, has an amazing shooting shirt that all the players are going to have on. We're just excited. And I've lived a lot of places. My husband has lived a lot of places, and I've never seen anyone so ready to help others like the city of Reno. So I hope this turns out to be amazing.
Any questions for Danyelle?
Danyelle, could you tell us, you're also a national coordinator later this year, right, at the Final Four for a cancer. Could you explain that to us?
Yes. It was another coach's wife who has been heavily involved in Coaches versus Cancer, kind of recruited me. And this summer she said, "Hey, you know what? We really need somebody like you to get involved in this luncheon." They do a huge luncheon at the Final Four. It's the Coaches versus Cancer luncheon, and it's mostly for coaches' wives. But they also spearhead and help coordinate all the wives all across the country, their fundraisers. And so I thought we were kind of doing it together, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do this with you. And I'm thinking I'll kind of learn from you because you're a vet at this. And then the first phone call, I realized, oh, I'm actually the co-chair all by myself. So it's awesome. So, you know, it's just, I've been involved in a lot of charity events since I've been in Reno, so I kind of have learned more than I even thought. I knew more than I thought that I knew. So whenever I jumped into this, it hasn't really been that difficult. But yeah, I'm hosting this luncheon during the Final Four this year in Minneapolis, and I'm on these monthly calls and helping wives all across the nation organize fundraisers.
I'm pretty sure this pink game was a long time in coming in the process. You know, a lot of things had to go on, but to see it, it's actually, you know, it's happening this week. To actually see the first one going on, what does that feel like for you? It has to feel fulfilling.
It feels fulfilling, but I'm not going to lie. I've been like a ball of nerves today, and that's not like me. I'm like the laid-back person in the family, but I'm, you know, it's coming down to the wire. You know what I mean? Like I'm texting and we're still making phone calls and still getting things done. I'm going to be there putting the 3-point cards on the seats tomorrow. Like I am fully involved in this. So I'm nervous. I think the fulfilling part will come in whenever they tell me how much money we've raised. I can breathe a sigh of relief and say, you know what, we did this.
How great is it to see the Reno community rally around this, and it's been so supportive of just the program and everything that you guys...
I cannot say enough about the people of Reno. Like I said, I really have never seen a city that gets together and rallies for good. It is just, it's unbelievable, and it's just encouraged and I guess just making me want to reach out and help even more. I mean, I had been involved in different charity events on a small level, but nothing like since I've come to Reno. It's just inspiring.
You mentioned, I think you call it the Miracle Minute and the text too. Is there any other ways for fans to contribute? Anything you'd like to let the fans know?
Yeah, well, the other thing that we're doing, and I think the cutoff might be tomorrow, is if you want to get a picture of a loved one up on the scoreboard, that's what we're going to do for the hour before the game. There's going to be a rotating picture, kind of picture montage, basically, for people to send in their pictures. It costs $100, and they can get, whether it's someone that's beaten cancer, a doctor that's helped someone in their family with cancer. Like I said, we've all been affected. But if you just want to honor someone, that's just another option.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Questions for Musselman here? Coach Musselman on either the Pink game or Colorado State, anything you have for him?
Thank you. Coach, how much thought do you put into, if any, on you're at 99, 100's coming up soon, milestone, how much emphasis do you put on that sort of thing?
None. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how to win the game against CSU and, finish up our homestand. It's the last time we play here for a week or so. So hopefully we'll have another great crowd, knowing that we don't play at home on Saturday and then we go on the road to UNLV. So it's the last time to see us in over a week, so hopefully we'll have a enthusiastic crowd. Can't wait to play with our students back on campus as well.
And Coach, last time you were in here, you said we got to stop taking so many threes. After watching film and digesting the game a little bit more, do you still feel the same way moving forward?
Yes and no. One of my buddies works in the NBA, is as good as any analytics guy in the NBA, and he actually sent me a long text about don't change who you are, don't change what you guys are doing. You're 18-1 for a reason, because the analytics will tell you, that the way we're playing is the way the NBA game is going, and so I think sometimes from a coaching standpoint, but again, I mean, the guy I got the text from, I trust a lot, and he's a lot smarter than me. So if he's a lot smarter than me, he's a lot smarter than a lot of people. And he, watches our games and felt like we're still doing what the numbers tell you, which is high volume free throw attempt, getting layups, drawing free throws attempted, and 3-ball attempts. And then on the flip side, defending the rim, not putting your opponent on the free throw line a lot, and defending the 3-point line. So out of those 6 categories, both offensively and defensively, we're doing really good on 5 of the 6. And if we can start knocking threes down, then we'll be 6 for 6.
You said that on Saturday too, the defense isn't really what's been bothering you. Do you feel like that's coming together more, and you don't need to focus on that as much in practice?
No, I think. I mean, I think the question is, do we start focusing more on another aspect? But right now, we're not a good defensive team. We're a great defensive team, and because of that, we want to continue to stay with the defensive mindset. Because without the defense at the level that it's playing, we would have 2 or 3 other losses for sure. And it's interesting. Every year you try to fill holes and so forth, and we wanted to become a better defensive team. We still feel like we should be a better 3-point shooting team. We think we will be. Having said all that, we scored, 40-some points in the second half the other night and had an offensive explosion in the second half. And probably the way our team is we're probably going to have 1 or 2 streaks throughout a game. And if we don't have a scoring spurt or a scoring streak, then we're probably going to lose that game like we did against New Mexico. But if we struggled in the first half like we did against Air Force, that's okay, because until the NCAA calls and says they're changing the game to a 20-minute game, eventually we think over 40 minutes that we'll have a scoring spurt.
What's your early word on Colorado State? What have you seen that you like, don't like? Can you fill us in on them?
Yeah, Colorado State, they play hard. They're well coached. Cavaccio, inside is Nico does a great job. He's the nation's leading rebounder. Anytime you lead the nation in something, he does something really special. Their guards are good. Page is tough because he can shoot the three, he can dribble drive. Bonner's a good three-point shooter. Moore, their freshman point guard's done a great job. He's got great speed. Edwards off the bench is quick, fast, can make a three, can get to the cup. Their freshman power forward, Thistlewood, does a good job of being a nice complementary player. So they have a lot of pieces that are of concern for us.
They had a little bit of chaos in the offseason, and transition can be hard. Are you been impressed with what the staff's been able to do?
Yeah, I think that they're well coached for sure. He does a great job with their team, and I think they're getting better as the season's progressed as well, and they're playing some young guys, and so they're building for the future as well.
What are your biggest pieces of concern then for Wednesday?
We got to keep Nico off the glass because of his rebounding. We have to have great perimeter defense, defend the three, and also keep the ball in front of us because their guards are quick and can get to the basket. And then we need to make three balls.
And Coach, off the court, is it unique or nice, or what's your feeling on Danyelle being so involved with this? And Wednesday's a huge night for her. And could you fill us in on how you're feeling about all that?
Yeah, I just normally she's supporting me, and this is more me supporting her because she's spent a lot of time, a lot of energy into trying to create a pink out night for us, and obviously it's for an incredible cause and something that we need to fight for or against, always, not just one night. But we want our basketball program to be heavily involved in the community, not just during a 40-minute basketball game, and this is just another way for our family and our basketball family to try to give back and try to be a bigger part of the community and for a bigger cause.
Coach, you mentioned the students coming back as well. Do you think the players are going to feed off of something like this pink night, get them going a little bit?
Yeah, I know the players are excited for the student body to be back for sure. We looked at that stretch when they weren't here, and we knew that the building might lack a little bit of youthful energy and enthusiasm without the student body, and we got them back now the rest of the year with really no school breaks, and we can't wait to play in front of them and have that section of the building rocking.
And with what happened last week, I think 4 or 5 teams in the top 10 losing, some of them to unranked teams. Does that kind of put anything into perspective for you guys that, maybe anyone can beat anyone at any point?
Yeah, I think we have incredible respect for everybody that we play against, and the thing that the average fan doesn't understand is just how hard it is to win a game. It's going to be really hard to win the game on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Anytime the referees walk out to throw the ball up at center court for a jump ball, it's 50-50 who's going to win the game. And people don't understand that. They don't understand, and that's why there's upsets night after night after night. And, the only thing we need to be concerned with is one thing. How do we play with great effort, enthusiasm, and energy on Wednesday night for 40 minutes? How do we maximize who we are for that particular game, and then we'll regroup and get ready for UNLV.
How are you health-wise? I know Caleb was under the weather. I think you mentioned 2 players didn't feel well going into Saturday's game. Could you give us a health update?
Yeah, Corey Henson, I don't know if he's going to practice today. I got a text message that he was pulled out of trying to go through weights due to sickness. So we got some guys that are, it's not just us. I'm sure that's at the elementary schools around town and all over the country, people are getting the flu. And, our doctors and training staff will do everything they can to try to get guys as healthy as possible. And the biggest thing is, how do we not spread it? I walked around practice the other day with one of the sanitizer things, and every time a guy took a jump shot and came off the floor waiting on the next rep in a drill, I was spraying sanitizer in a guy's hand. So, but we were at our worst that week of New Mexico. I think we're better. Corey's thing was, just something new. He was fine last game, and hopefully it's just a mild case and doesn't get any worse.
Colorado State, they beat New Mexico a couple games ago. Did that surprise you or anything with just the way the Mountain West has been?
Yeah, no, I mean, every team's, just the matchup game in sport, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, I mean, I don't think you can really read too much into, hey, we beat Team A and Team B lost. I don't really get into all that because I think every game's got its own theme, its own identity. Teams play different defense against us than they do everybody else, and so obviously they beat a team that we didn't. So you got to say, wow, they're pretty talented and pretty good team because we couldn't do that against the Lobos.
Coach, circling back a little bit on the 100, do you give yourself time to reflect at all? I mean, you've got 99 in 3.5 seasons. There's been ups, there's been downs. Is there time for reflection during the season, or does that have to come later?
Yeah, I don't really buy into any individual awards with players or coaches. I mean, I think that, especially with coaches, like the only time you're hitting a milestone or anything is just because you have really good talent, and so whenever we win a game, it's because we have good players. And when we lose a game, it's on our staff to figure out a way to be better the next game. So, and I've been coaching a long time, so that number to me is, that's in college. And I've only been in college for, 3.5 years as a head coach. So I don't really look at that as, I guess maybe if I was younger, but I got a lot more than 99. It's just in a bunch of different leagues. I don't think anybody's counting my Venezuelan national team or Dominican Republic wins.
Any more questions for Coach? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.